Hello, Renegades family. Today is November 6th. Sending you this message about this coming weekend and other things. The first thing I want to start off with is a recap of our last tournament. As everybody knows, we lost in the championship game by 1 run. It was a really good baseball game. There's a few things I wanted to point out. The first thing is many of you may not know that we had won 8 games in a row up until that game. And the previous losses that we've had have all been, the last 3 have all been by 1 run. So we've played some really good baseball the last 2 tournaments. Winning 8 games in a row is difficult at any level, so the boys should be proud. Talking about that game in particular, I want to talk about one play for several reasons. The play that Crawford got thrown out at second base. This is no negative comment towards Crawford at all. What we teach our players about stealing is to watch the front foot of a pitcher. If a guy is pitching and they're in the stretch, once they pick up that front foot, they have no choice but to throw the baseball. And so I'm certain that's what he was looking at. We did have the steal sign on, but instead of throwing home, he threw the third. It's a great first and third play. And what that means is when there's a guy on first and third, we have plays, and our team has signs to throw to third base, to throw to the shortstop in a cutoff position, or to actually try to get the guy out at second base. And that play, third to second, to get a runner is something we will be incorporating this weekend, so look for that. On the play itself as well, Coach Tiemann had the best perspective out of anybody as to whether or not Crawford was safe, and in his estimation, Crawford was. We did not get that call, which brings me to a topic of players and their behavior towards umpires. I'm not picking on Wade here because this goes beyond just one player, but we had multiple instances throughout the day where players were not behaving properly in regards to what the umpires were calling. The thing that all of our players and parents need to realize is these umpires generally are not good. We all know that. How we react when things don't go our way is critical. It is the coach's job to handle those situations, not for the players to show up the umpires. So my question to everybody would be, if we're not behaving with an air of proper sportsmanship and are showing up the umpires, were we ever going to get that call at second base as being safe? In my estimation, our actions and our attitude very well could have cost us that tournament. We'll never know. Beyond that, parents, at the end of the game, you may not realize this, but the coach of the other team prior to us starting had approached Coach Tiemann about the possibility of rolling up his team into the Renegades organization. In his words, his players' talents are outstripping his coaching knowledge. Our behavior after the game, where we had several parents yelling at us to get off the field, doesn't look real good as an organization. I'm not saying that's going to cost us the ability to pick up another team, but what I would ask is for everybody, if you feel like you need to shout, just take it to the parking lot, please. Nobody wanted to be on that field at that time. We were just being good sportsmen, which is what we're trying to teach these boys. Moving on to better things, this weekend, very excited about Cade Landry getting to play for this baseball team. Cade, as everybody knows, has been hurt. However, yet he's attended many of our practices, many of our baseball games, so he's already proven to be a good teammate, which is very much appreciated by the coaches. Looking forward to seeing how he plays this weekend and next weekend. As far as this weekend goes, I do have an observation that I'll pass along to the parents. I am now concerned that the seating on Saturdays is done in a what I would call a fair way. I don't know that to not be the case, but I would tell you, I looked at the records of today's teams, the 2 teams we played 2 weeks ago on Saturday, and the 2 teams we played on 3 weeks ago on Saturday, and the combined record between those 6 teams is 44 wins, 22 losses, and 2 ties. So they have a 2-to-1 win ratio on Saturday for the teams we're playing on Saturday. Why this is important is it really dictates how we play our games on Saturday. With 21 teams being in the tournament, it doesn't afford us the opportunity to really take those games and try to make them more developmental in nature. And the reason for that is I'm certain there's going to be a losing bracket. The Renegades don't pay $465 a tournament, nor do our parents pay the monies they pay and travel the distance they travel to play in a loser's bracket. So it forces us to play the Saturday games a little bit different than what we'd like to if, let's say, we were playing a 2-7 team. Going back to the 21 teams in the tournament, if you take us out of that picture, that leaves 20 teams. Out of those 20 teams, there's 14 teams with losing records. So 70% of the teams have losing records, yet we're playing 2 teams today who have winning records. I'm not concerned about being able to beat those teams. It's just it's a matter of having to pitch different pitchers and strategize in a way that is probably not fair, given the fact that if we had, let's say, a 2-7 team we were playing, we would have different players in different positions, different pitchers pitching. And so I've asked Coach Tiemann to at least ask the director what is the process for figuring out Saturday's games. Going back to Saturday's games, they are later today, and we're playing the second to last game. So my family decided to reserve a room at the Comfort Inn in the Kyle area. If anybody else is staying, you're welcome to join us afterwards if we go out to eat. So please know that we'll reach out, and everybody's always welcome. I'm really looking forward to a great weekend of baseball and expect that we're going to win our games today, so we'll be seated nicely tomorrow and hopefully have a 11 o'clock game or something like that. But if we're playing at 8, that's fine too. We can still go out and win that tournament. Have a great day. I'll see everybody later. Bye.